You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. If we don't play, all wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What's up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk college football with real fans. I'm Melo, and once again, we got Bread back with us. How you doing, Bread?
I'm doing magnificent, bro. What about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Today we wanted to make it a fan live call-in show. We dropped the link in the StreamYard into the chat. You could come up here. You don't have to feel free. You have to allow access to your camera and mic, but you could turn off your camera once you come on, just to let you know if you're shy about showing your face is all good. So you ready to get this thing kicked off and started? We want you guys to drive the conversation today. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we'll talk about. We'll hit on it. If we don't have answers, we're going to be honest with you. We won't make stuff up. We won't act like we have sources. If we don't, what's up, Aunt Chris? Nice seeing you. And we're just going to keep it real. We hear a lot of negative talks. I'm just going to flat out say it. I don't like people that are in our position that talk about our recruits and talk about kids. They don't have sources. The kids don't like them. The parents don't like them. They're not sourced up in the whack. So people can say whatever they want, but Nevada has sources. We have sources. You see us talking to the kids. So people want to use analytics and statistics like that. That's the end all be all. But disrespect 17 and 18-year-old kids. I think that's some sucker stuff from some grown adults. And that's just my truth and my honesty. If you're talking about these kids that are committed to us, and you're talking about them in a negative light, you need to get a life, period. You saw what JJ told that kid on X. It goes for anybody. If you're talking negative about our recruits, especially Ohio kids, get a life. And with that said, let's get back to the schedule. I just had to get it off my chest, man. That was bothering me all day, seeing that sucker stuff this morning, man. Straight sucker. Hey, so our first guest, you guys going to know her. She is the recruiting guru, as we like to call her, and it's Mika Hanna. Hey, Mika, how you doing?
Hey, bud. How's it going?
I'm good. How's your day going, Mika?
Doing all right.
Yeah, so what's in your mind, Mika?
I want to say I appreciate what you just said. It's so true. I hate when people bash recruits, especially when I know for a fact these kids are working hard to get where they go, and I don't like the negativity, and I appreciate you speaking out against it, because it's too much, guys. They're just kids. Come on.
And it's ridiculous. Like, these people are looking at his star rankings, and I watched somebody. I didn't call him out. I didn't have Devin's permission, but we'll discuss that. But I watched somebody flat out lie and said they talked to the Womack family, and this is what they said. So I called the Womacks because I talk to them regularly, and they're like, I don't even know who that is. So just be careful who you're getting your information from. Just because they're entertaining doesn't mean they're sourced up or that they actually know what they're talking about.
That's really true, dude. I'm always careful about who I listen to.
So what's up, Brad? What do you want to talk about, Mika? You want to talk recruiting? You want to talk about the team? You want to talk Deuce Gerald, Skylar Atkinson, whatever you want to talk?
I just want everyone to calm down. The defensive line recruiting will sort itself out. It's still early in the process. There's some in-state kids that I think really could get a second look, and we can do that in a video if you want, but people just need to calm down. It'll work itself out. Culture wins championships, not star rankings.
Thank you. I love that. That was well said.
Perfectly said.
Right, you got anything to add?
But you know me, I'm a mellow guy, so I'm a straight shooter. But listen, at the end of the day, I agree with you. What you started off with. I just like the fact that grown people will try to antagonize or ridicule a kid, man. He's still a kid becoming a boy to a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a sad case when it comes to a grown person doing that to a kid that go on social media, whatever the case may be. So that's why I sit back and I just watch and I be like, man, what a bunch of clowns, what a bunch of losers. And
Yep,
to be honest with you, they are losers in real life. So yes,
absolutely.
Here's the thing: half these guys that say this stuff don't even watch the film. They go off what other people are saying and pass it off as their opinion, and it ticks me off.
Yeah,
As much hours as I put into watching film and stuff, it's not hard to find this stuff, guys. And I know for like your average fan, they might not know what they're looking at, but come on, these coaches know what they're doing. They're not going to recruit a kid that doesn't know how to play the game.
right. Well said. Is there any
absolutely.
recruits that are off the radar that people might not be tracking, maybe in the 27 class or someone to round out the 26 class that you might have on your mind, Mika?
I really like Caden Turner out of Dawson Bryant. He's athletic. He's a DE tight end, and he plays all kinds of stuff for his team. And I think he's got the athleticism to really turn into something if we give him a shot. Right now he's only got a 3-star ranking, but and his Dawson Bryant isn't the highest competition level, I know, but you and I have broke down some of his film, and I'm looking for him to have a big season this coming year. And Elijah Dylan Smith too for Pickerington North. I think he could have a monster year as well. And he did camp for us and did get invited back for second look, so that should be an indicator that we're showing interest in him, especially if he has a big season.
See, Brad, you see why I call her the recruiting guru, right?
I see. I
So me
see.
and Mika have a show coming up. I'm trying to drop it on Friday, right? So it's gonna be a purely recruiting show. She knows people that even some of the beat writers that do this, like get paid for a living to do this, don't even know. So
Right.
we're gonna do a show. It's gonna be coming out, dropping. Look for it this Friday. And Mika, you got any final words you want to say to Buckeye Nation?
Just chill, guys, and don't perpetuate negativity. There's enough out there. Just be cool. Don't come after the kids. Be Buckeyes. Be better. We're Buckeye Nation. We need to be better.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
OH, Mika.
I love you guys.
Love
Love
you
you
too.
too.
Man, Mika's pretty awesome, right?
I see.
She is a very intelligent young lady. I love doing content with her. She stumps everybody, bro. I watch some real live dudes like that I know do this recruiting stuff that people watch in the morning. I know them offline, and they're like, dude, when Mika comes on and she asks us about a person, we'll just sit there and play it off and like type it up real quick and be like, hey, we're just gonna talk about that tomorrow. We don't have enough time to talk about it. So they could look up the film on the kid because they didn't
Right.
even know the kid existed. And then they'll talk
Wow.
about it the next day. That's how locked in she is with the recruiting side, man.
Wow.
But hey, we got somebody waiting. You guys know him. Everybody's fan favorite, our boy
See.
Tyler. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, boss?
I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah. So what's on your mind, man? I know you got a lot to say, and we want to talk about all things, man. You're a man
So,
of a lot of words that has a lot to say, and we love it. And I mean, you're a fellow Army brother of mine, so you hold a place dear and near to my heart.
I love that warms my heart, Mello. That
Yes,
warms my
sir.
heart too. So
Oh shoot.
I want to say this. Why does it? This is a legitimate question. This is going to piggyback off of what y'all talked about yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is everyone disrespecting Ohio State this year?
because they're national champs.
And by everyone, who do
There's
you
no other way to
mean?
put it.
Who do you mean? Like, you
For
got any
one,
examples?
Paul Feinbaum.
Oh, is that why Shay just dropped this? You talking about Paul
Yeah,
Feinbaum?
good old Paul Feinbaum, the guy that had ears the size of they can hear you from all the
Yeah.
way. This man said we're going to lose to Texas and lose to Michigan and not make the playoffs. And I mean, am I crazy, or am I not? Do I not see that we brought back our national champion team mostly? Am I crazy, Bread? Am I crazy,
No,
Mello?
no, you're not crazy. They crazy. They crazy.
Exactly.
They on narcotics. They all the above when it comes to the negative side of things, man. So it is what it is, but you're not crazy, sir.
So
You
my
guys keep
biggest
talking. I gotta send this out real quick.
Yeah.
my
Sorry.
biggest problem with that is if you are a legitimate talking head and you see Ohio State and you've seen us with what we are bringing back, we're bringing back Jeremiah Smith and we're bringing back Caleb Downs, just to name two people. Why do you think we're going to miss the playoffs? And I mean, I don't know. It's a bit crazy to me.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, man.
See, I have a different answer. My answer is more about like kind of like what we were just talking about. People want to bash and talk about Larry Johnson. They don't have any idea what they're talking about recruiting. They don't understand. For instance, I'm not going to say any names, but there's a target that will be at Ohio State and would have came to Ohio State. There's schools that offered him 1.4 million on the D line. Do you think we're offering 1.4 million to a senior coming out of high school on the defensive line? So you're sitting here bashing LJ. You have no idea what you're talking about at all. It's all NIL. Most of these kids we talk to offline, they love Ohio State. Ohio State is the number one choice for most of these kids. But when you're talking about life, generational changing money for kids, it's hard to turn that down. You have to understand Ohio State, that kid's getting offered like 1.4 mil from a different team. Ohio State's offering maybe 300,000.
That's
Who in their right mind is
$300,000
turning
is
that
still
down?
good money.
But who's turning that down? Look at the significant difference in the dollar amount. Now, you have to be a different type of individual to turn that down, to see the bigger picture, to know that, yo, when I get here, if I get on the field and I play, Columbus is going to take care of me, especially if we win it, right?
Yeah.
So, but a lot of kids are like, well, I feel like I could develop or I could go ahead and make it to the league somewhere else. I might not be as good right away, but I'm still going to make it to the end goal of making it to the league. But that's
Right.
a lot of money to be turning down. Like, and salute to all the ones that did, because Ohio State is not even close to being the top spender in NIL on these players.
Let me say this, fellas. I said this plenty of time and previous. If the money present itself, hey, take it. But if you have to chase it, that's an issue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing if Coach LJ is my coach. If I was in the position that they are in, that's my coach. That's the coach I want. Because at the end of the day, some of these kids, it's like an entitlement, it's like a privilege. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a form of uh uh anal kissing. You get what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to say the word, but
Brown
they
nosing.
kiss. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Right there. And Ohio State is not about that. Ohio State is about development, getting the kids where they want to go and where they need to go. And I respect that 1,000%. You get what I'm saying? Versus look at Texas A&M. All the recruitments they had in 2-3
Yep.
years ago.
They're all
Man,
gone.
that team, Jimbo Fisher got fired.
Yep.
Like, make it make sense, man. Y'all right here promising these kids this, promising these kids that. Man, that's not the right way to go, man.
And not to mention, are these deals even going to pass the clearinghouse? Because if they don't, I promise you, there are going to be kids begging banging on Columbus's door to come. And guess what? A lot of these kids made a mistake and they ain't coming now. Ohio
Yeah,
State's
and
not going to
regret
let
their
them come.
decision.
There's some kids that obviously Ohio State will still take, but a lot of them are not coming. Even if they try to backtrack, they're just not going to come. We filled your spot. You chose the bag. We know who you are, and that's that.
So do you
Ohio
think?
State recruiting ball players. They're not recruiting superstars.
So I got a question then. Do you think a lot of these players are going to have buyer's remorse and think that they're going to regret their decision, and then when they actually have a second opportunity to actually come to Ohio State, do you think that they're going to take that opportunity instead?
It's optional. It's optional. It's very optional. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you make a decision, you got to deal with the consequences. You know what I'm saying? But at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, we've seen that a lot within the past 3-4 years, especially with the transfer portal. You get what I'm saying? But once the NIL played a part, that when the world is totally became different. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, some guys do make bad decisions at first, and then they can make a transition down the line. But at the end of the day, man, it's very optional, and that's something that you cannot control.
So here's the thing: if the clearinghouse does get sued and lose, which I highly doubt that they will, but if they did lose per se, then yeah, we're screwed for this class. But moving forward, if you think Ohio State can't offer the same type of bag, they can. The difference is Ohio State doesn't want to upset any of the room and the culture that they have going on. Because if you offer a kid, i.e., the D lineman that I was talking about, 1.4. So for Ohio State to get him, they offered him a mill. That's all they would need to do. They would leave the other 400,000 on the table. You offer him a mill, he comes to Ohio State. Well, guess what? KJ right now is the best defensive lineman on the team. If he's not making a mill, you have to restructure his deal. And if K-Mac's not making a mill, you have to restructure his deal. So
And
that
then
basically
and
anybody that starts on the D line, they're going to have to baseline is at a mill. So that just changes your whole entire dollar amount for the rest of the team. And people are
Yes.
not looking at that. All they want to do is talk about the rankings of this, the rankings that. If it was all about star rankings, Texas A&M would have won a couple of natties
national
already.
championships.
That's not how
Exactly.
this works, man. And you can tell the people that
And they
never
have been in
really
the
played
NFL.
sports in real life.
And they have been in the NFL.
Yeah.
If they're
Like
5 stars, 4 stars.
like doesn't the number one team in the recruiting like every year get like a recruiting like trophy or something?
No.
And I know. If and
I
because
know what you say.
because I know that a lot of these people are in the beat media always talk about, oh, we need all these 5-star recruits, all these 4-star recruits until they actually come on to Ohio State or actually these other colleges. Their star rankings don't mean anything to me.
Right. I mean, the
Absolutely.
star rankings help. There's some
Yeah, they
that are
do.
legit. For instance, Tyler Atkinson is everything that people say he is. But if you knew what he asked Ohio State to do, you would say, no, you got to go somewhere else too. And I'm the biggest Tyler Atkinson fan that I think on YouTube, period, including the YouTubers that root for UGA. Like, I think Ohio State would be out of their damn mind if they would have gave Tyler Atkinson what he wanted. Like, period. That's saying something.
I'm a
Like,
firm
kids are
I'm a firm
asking for some
believer.
astronomical stuff, huh?
I'm a firm believer, Melo and Tyler, that when kids put a request in for this and then for that, they are a problematic person.
What do you mean by that?
Whenever they call themselves requesting money, a certain amount of money, this and that, this and that, it becomes a problem down the line. They're never going to stay quiet because now it's like instead of we, it's gonna become a I.
Oh yeah. That's
You
the
know what I'm
same thing
saying?
with the Army too. It's
You know what I'm saying? Like make it make
there's no
sense.
I in team.
You can hear Caleb Down name all day long. You can hear JJ name all day long. Them are certified team players and ball players. They don't
Not
consider themselves
individuals.
superstars. They put their team first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what you call a football player, not a superstar.
And my thing is, Brad, if it was just money that he was asking for, okay, they might. He's that good. Ohio State might cough it up. But he was
Right,
asking for
right.
something that was bigger than money. It's just insane, bro. and I'm not ever putting it out there
You
in a
ain't
public
no
sphere,
blue
but it's
chip. This
crazy,
ain't blue chip.
crazy.
And if it was all about money, then people like Bryce Underwood would actually be good.
Well, I'm not going to bash the kid because I haven't seen him play. I have my own theories. I think Tavian St. Clair is better than him. They did an Elite 11 Vegas, and Tavian blew him out the water. They probably play on the same level of high school football in terms of Tavian St. Clair's classification, and then just the state of Michigan football isn't that great. Is actually considered in the bottom half of football, high school football in the country. So if you combine that, because people don't take those in effect, they just look at your 40 time, how much you weigh, how much you could jump,
And your strength.
and that's it. But like, if you're playing a bunch of bums, right, you should look like a superstar, bro. Like, I'm sorry, you should. So at the end of the day, we'll see what he is. I feel like he has upside, but is Team Up North going to develop him? That's the thing. When have they really developed a quarterback? It has yet to be seen.
I mean,
So
the last time I seen a good quarterback with them was they just handed the ball off left and right.
Right. I won't say he's trash, though, because we have to see. He has potential, but do I believe that Team Up North can develop him to reach it, maximize that potential? No, I don't. Honestly, I don't.
And let me say this before we done. So all the people that's saying they got a question mark on Coach Larry Johnson, let me say this. Coach Larry Johnson is a fundamental coach. If you don't teach fundamentals, my son is not playing for you.
Yeah.
100.
I'm going to play for you. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to fundamentals. I've seen a lot of guys in the NFL. I don't know how they got to the NFL, but man, their fundamentals is terrible. Literally terrible. So I'm gonna say this one more time. Coach Larry Johnson is a fundamental coach. If you don't have fundamentals, man, lights out, man. Kiss the baby.
Yep, Tyler. And with that being said, we appreciate you coming in. You could call back anytime, brother. We're gonna start doing this a little more regularly. Sometimes we just get caught up with interviewing these kids, especially right now, right? They're coming off OVs, they're setting up OVs, they're coming to decision-making time. So they kind of take precedent. We had some stuff lined up. We had to reschedule because Dev obviously needs some time off with his family as well. But on that note, you got any final words for Buckeye Nation, brother?
Yeah, just why?
Give it to him, Tyler.
This is more of
Give
a
it to him, Tyler.
question. This is more of a question.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand where all the why is it that we never, as first last year was Justin Fry, now it's Larry Johnson, the lowest hanging fruit. It's why can't we just accept the fact that we have a good coaching staff? We just won a national championship, but no, we just find the lowest hanging fruit or the lowest person on the totem pole to disrespect all day long just because they don't land recruits. I just don't understand that.
And he is landing recruits. Kari Wilder is a dog. JJ Perez, he's a 3-star from Ohio. He goes to Glenville. He ain't that good. No, he's a dog. You don't know football. If you're saying that, you don't know football. I watched someone say he has no lateral quickness, but he has lower body strength. His pad level's too high. He's not that strong upper body, but he's a hell of an athlete. What? Make it make sense, Brad. He has no lateral quickness as a D lineman, but he's a hell of an athlete and he has no upper body strength. How does it? He contradicted himself the whole time he was talking. Like, come on, man. People have to use their brain when you listen to some of these people talk and give examples, and they want to bash kids. They don't even know what they're talking about half the time. Like, you can literally tell you're talking out of both sides of your neck. I'm sorry, man. Like, yeah, that's exactly what me and Brad were talking about. Last year, it was Justin Fry, and I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was on that Justin Fry got to do better. And then what he did, I choose that development over the recruiting any day. Because if you could do that with a whole bunch of with all guards, they had a whole O-line full of guards. None of them are going to play tackle in the NFL.
Make it make
all
sense,
guards,
bro.
and they dominated defensive lines that were elite. Dominated them. We don't win the Natty without our O-line doing what they did. So if he could do that, I don't care about the recruits that you're getting. You're going to develop them.
Yeah. Like, if we're going to if we're going to see people like Texas Tech spending $5.1 million on Felix Ojo, like, I'm like, hats off to you at Texas Tech. Like, good luck, Felix Ojo. I don't think you're
Right.
going to do anything down in Lubbock, Texas, but
We're gonna
good
forget
luck.
that he existed.
Yeah.
He's gonna disappear off the radar. Nobody's gonna remember him.
It is what it is, boss man. Welcome to livelihood.
Yeah, but I appreciate you, Tyler. On that note, OH, baby.
IO.
Checkmate.
Man, so man, it's getting a little. I'm sorry, people. I'm a little. You see, I'm a little passionate about this because Dev and I we talk to these recruits. They're real individuals. They're good people. They're good humans. You guys see them. They talk in front of you guys. You can see the type of individuals and cultural fit that Coach Day is after. And when you talk about a 17, 16-year-old, 18-year-old kid, and you're a 30, 40 plus year old adult, like, I just think you're a loser, like, straight up, especially if they committed to us. And then you talk out of both sides of your neck. Like, I have a problem with that. You just want to throw up stats and analytics like that's the end all be all. Like, that tells you how hard a kid's going to work or how
That's why
good
I
a coach
call
going
them
to develop
clowns and
or how
losers,
much
Melo.
the scheme is going to be implemented to help them. Like, you have no nuance. You want to use the word nuance, but you have zero nuance in your perspective. You're entertaining, and a lot of people listen to that BS. But there's a reason recruits don't hit certain people up. They don't like these people.
Watch this, Melo. They ridicule Coach Fry in the O line, right? They ridicule Coach Larry Johnson in the D line, right?
Yep.
Who won a national championship? O line and D line, right?
Yep.
Man, ain't nothing but a bunch of clowns in the circus and at parties, bro.
Yeah.
Remember that, Coach.
Absolutely. But let's bring on our next guest. He's a big time supporter of the channel. He does a lot for us, man. He's a good dude, and the one, the only Buck Vader. Thank you for waiting for us, Buck. I appreciate your patience. Can you hear us, Buck? It might take him a little bit. So, like, he Buck Vader, for people that don't know, he's in a wheelchair and he talks through a mic that types it out for him and then it speaks for him. So if he sounds a little robotic, that's why he said just have some patience with him. It might take him a little bit.
Okay. All right, now.
And then he said if I need to, I might have to kick him out and he might have to use a different platform if it's not working. So we'll give him a few more seconds.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, but it's sad, man, that you have people that does that to kids and you really don't even know the full factor when it comes to recruitment and recruiting kids. These are not adults, these are kids, man. And some of these kids is being guided wrong. Some don't even have role models in their lives, don't have father figures.
Hey, what's up, baby? We can hear you, Buck Vader. What's up?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we can hear you.
So what are we talking about?
We were just talking about how people were bashing the D-line recruiting, bashing some of our commits and our kids. Basically what we were talking about in the text earlier, but we could talk about anything you want to talk about, brother. The floor is yours. We don't have to talk about that. We could talk about the current season coming up, different games you want to talk about. If you want to talk about chances with certain recruits, you bring whatever you want. You driving the conversation, baby.
We're freestyling, baby. We're freestyling.
You want to talk about what we were talking about earlier?
If you want to. Which one? About that commitment or about the D-line thing?
It's all about development if you want the big money.
What do you say? Say it again one more second. I'm about to turn you up. Hold on.
The long game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We could bring that up, but don't use any names specifically. Okay. We could talk about that. Just don't bring up the name that we were talking about. So basically what he was saying earlier is that you could take the short money, right? But sometimes it's better to play the long game and get the big money on the opposite end, right? And what I was telling him was that the gap in terms of some of the offers that we're offering these kids and what other schools are offering them is so significant. It takes a special individual to turn that kind of money down, right?
Exactly.
That's why these battles have been closer. If Ohio State was in the 200,000 range, they would be sitting on the number one class right now.
Right.
Like
Oh,
honestly, we really
literally.
would.
But guess what? Guess what? If that was to happen, if that was the case, Melo, how many kids would be in the transfer portal right now?
A lot because we can't pay everybody.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
that's the thing. Like we can't pay everybody, and a lot of it is going to come on the clearinghouse. Either Ohio State is going to look like a bunch of geniuses, or they're going to have egg on their face for 1 year, and then we just missed out on the opportunity to have the number one class, which is fine. Like we'll pick it back up next year if that's the case. But I think the clearinghouse is going to win personally. There's other people. They, like Dev said, he talked to somebody that was directly responsible for Luke Waffle going to USC. Two guys. One guy thought that USC is going to win the lawsuit. Like that's USC's whole game. They're going to sue because of the type of money that they've been promising these kids. That they're going to sue. And
yeah.
one of the guys thinks that they're going to win, and the dude that actually was responsible for Luke Waffle, who's like, I don't think we're going to win. So like we don't really know yet. But we're gonna have to. It's a wait and see type of deal. But if you think Ohio State is broke, they are not.
Nah, man. Whoever think that, I'm gonna say it again. Man, cocaine is a hell of a drug, man. Leave it alone.
Buck, you still there, baby? While we wait for him, I'm gonna pull up this from Russ. Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Russ, for the $5. The other problem with these people talking about the kids is they've never even played a down of football. That's a huge problem, and that's pretty realistic, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, that's very realistic. It don't get no better than that.
LJ.
Was that Buck? Brad was talking while you were talking. I'm with M on that. I hope the clearinghouse wins as well.
Yeah, but you know they coming.
Also
So
need to find who's coming after LJ so he can start recruiting for after LJ leaves, or even better, have LJ, who is absolutely the goat, move into a development role.
Did you hear what he said at the beginning? I heard getting
I
somebody in.
I heard something about LJ as well.
No, I heard him talking about get somebody in so that way they could take over for after LJ leaves.
Oh yeah.
LJ leaves, or even better, who is absolutely the goat, move into a development role.
I'm pretty sure they does. It's just not in it's not glorified yet. It's not seen yet. It's not known yet. But behind closed doors, I'm pretty sure they got something set up, and
Oh
that's the way
yeah,
how you do
absolutely.
business. So yeah.
I think they already know who they're
Oh
going
yeah.
after.
Oh, most definitely.
I think they already have a successor in place. It might not even be on the roster right now. Just put it that way. It might be somewhere else. You never know. But at the end of the day, LJ's still not leaving. He's still going to be there. He's just not going to have that same title as the D line coach.
Right.
He won't be one of the accountable 10, but he will still be in there teaching the fundamentals, working the kids, and just doing what a GOAT D lineman coach will do. So we really won't lose anything by moving LJ out of his position currently. He's still going to be making a ton of money. I doubt they're going to give him a pay cut. He'll still be probably making the same dollar value, but he won't be responsible for recruiting and all that other good stuff. Retired number 75. Thank you for the $10, brother. Interesting. Tired of the LJ disrespect. He's done more in his career than most people ever will. I absolutely agree with that. It's not even close.
Man, these people are delusional, bro. They are so delusional out here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Buck Vader, you got anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to tell Buckeye Nation?
Check them out, everyone. I'm dropping new videos all the time. I'm also producing the Buckeye Lounge every Tuesday at 8 on the Ohio Podcast.
Yes, go support the Buckeye Lounge, TJ and Sean over at the Ohio Podcast. Those are our brothers and our sisters over there. Support them. They do great content. Buck Vader does great
Thanks, Melo,
content.
for having me on the podcast.
But Buck Vader, we got someone waiting down below. And I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm going to text you and hit you up after the show. Okay, my brother?
Thanks, Melo, for having me.
Anytime, brother. OH.
Oh.
Yeah. That's Buck Vader. You guys go support him, man. He's an awesome dude, man. Really is. He's a special type of guy. Love that kid. He does great work for behind the scenes. And believe it or not, he actually has he's a little sourced up himself. But with that said, let's bring on another guest by the name of some dude. What's going on?
What's up,
How you
doing? Hey, good, man. How you guys doing?
We're good.
So,
good to see you.
Just so at 49 years old, I was lucky enough to live to see 3 national titles. We've been in it like close enough, probably 10 times within a win or a loss. And I don't go to games. I'm out there in Cali, so I don't go to games unless they're meaningful games.
Yeah.
And in 14, I went out and saw the Virginia Tech game. And first time in the shoe, never been there. I had to scrape up my pennies just to get out there. And we lost. And it was a great time, man. I just soaked up the atmosphere. I was on cloud 9, get to see my team play. And I've never seen such a bunch of red asses in my life after that loss. They were wanting to fire Meyer, the offensive coordinator, the O-line coach. I mean, the fans were losing it on the way out. And I'm like, guys, it's one loss. How many undefeated seasons have you seen in your lifetime? 2? 1? At that point, it was 1, I think.
Yeah.
And people were, the Ohio State fan is they're kind of like Philly fan. They're passionate. They lose it, and they tend to, take it out on the coaches and whatnot. And the pressure makes diamonds. And LJ, he's a great coach. You do want to see him go. And I got a question for you because a lot of the people that are, you guys have probably forgot more about football than I'll ever know. I'm just a fan. I enjoy the games, but you got Knowles comes in 2022, and he's there up until this year. And you have Larry Johnson, who has the 4-3, the 2 DNs, and then Knowles, he had that jack for a while, and he likes to run 2 DNs a lot, and mix it around. You think that had anything to do with the fact that maybe if there was down recruiting, you think that the scheme might have had something to do with him not being able to pick up, defensive ends that were maybe a little bit better? Because, who we got now is good. I'm not complaining. We just won a national title. But that is a thing that, they're always dumping on Larry. And I'm like, you don't want to see him go. It's like Ryan Day. You don't want to see him go. He loses some games here and there, but they're always big games. He doesn't drop games to Bowling Green.
Right. Brad, I'm going to let you address it first this time.
What the question or what he just said?
He basically asking, with Jim Knowles' scheme of wanting to use 3 down linemen, even though we didn't really get to that, right. Do you think it hurt the D-line recruiting? It
would have hurt it because Ohio State is not known for a 3 tech lineman. It's always been 4. So why? Okay, when Noah was at Oklahoma State, we seen the 3 tech. He did successful, but look what conference he was in. He was in a throwing conference. He wasn't in a run conference. The Big Ten is a run conference. So it's a totally big difference. He would have messed up recruitment. He would have messed up some of them D linemen. It'd have been all over the place, man. It would have been very chaotic if he would have tried to install that 3 tech. And a matter of fact, he installed it, but they could never do it in the game. So yeah, it would have been a problem. For sure.
I think he's asking, was that a problem? So for me, I think it kind of what's that? You're breaking up a little bit, brother.
Do you think that you think they use that negative recruiting. You know what I mean? To be like, well, you're going to be running lineman, and you're going to be able to just rush whenever you want to, like the old days. This isn't the days of Bosa and Young, where you can just come screaming off the edge and just back.
Of course, they're going to negative recruit. I think most of the negative recruiting with the D line was about LJ, but the problem is a lot of these kids consider LJ the GOAT. Like even when they come on here, people like they're just saying it because they're on your. No, they tell us the same thing. We're offline. You should see some of the stuff these kids will tell us when we're not in front of camera. These kids love Ohio State, man. I'm telling you, the main issue is just the money that they're getting offered other places. It's hard to say no when it's that significant of a gap. Like it is a pretty massive, wide gap in between what we're offering and what other schools are offering. But at the end of the day, we have the saying that shout out to Ken Taco Hut and Devin. Currency is our culture. Our culture is our currency. Sorry, I said it backwards. Our culture is our currency. And that's what it is. You got to buy into the culture if you're coming here. You can't you're gonna have to turn down a significant amount of money. There's plenty of kids on the roster that have already done that. Hey, some dude, I think we lost you, brother.
Yes, we did.
Thanks for coming on, brother. Please come on again.
Hey, pull up who is
am.
this cat? Pull up Jason Lewis with the Steelers used to stop the run with 3 D linemen.
Oh, Schrock just hopped off. Who? Oh, Jason Lewis.
Yeah. Man, listen, these are kids. This is college football. This is not NFL. Two different world. Two different world. When you gotta the NFL is a job. College football is not your job. It's not. It's a privilege. That's one. NFL is a privilege as well, but it's a job that you have to compete every day for your job to stay in motion. So that there, it ain't gonna work when you gotta play a run team in the same conference. Iowa State, Penn State, uh, Illinois,
Team on
Michigan.
board.
That's not going that 3 tech is not going to work unless you got some real certified animal linebackers, and you got to
And
have
some big
4 great
boys on the D
linebackers.
line.
You get what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
And you have to have
And
some big boys on the D line as well.
exactly, we talk about some big strong, humongous fellas like for real. No skinny, no macaroni, no string beans. No, you got to have some ham hocks, turkey wings, oxtail. You gotta have those boys. But that ain't gonna work for the Big Ten. Not no 3 tech linemen. No.
Yeah. We got about 5 minutes left in the show. So if anybody else want to hop on for the last 5 minutes, you're more than welcome to. If not, it's all good. I appreciate everybody that came on tonight and chopped it up with us. And yeah, man. In terms of what the guy was saying about it hurting our recruiting, I think in a way it did. Like, let's just be honest. We know that Jim Knowles and LJ didn't see things eye to eye perfectly 100%. So if you got one person that wants to recruit 3 down linemen with more stand-up type of defensive ends or outside linebackers, and another one that likes the 4 down linemen, and you're going to recruit, that means you have to recruit different type of players to fit each system.
Come on, keep talking,
So,
keep preaching, preach.
yeah,
Preach it,
so
keep preaching.
in terms of hurting the D line recruiting, is going to hurt because if the DC isn't on the same page with the D lineman and you're going to recruit these kids,
You
but
just
the
took everything
DC,
out my mouth. You just took everything out my mouth, Melo. Go
yeah,
ahead,
but
Melo.
the DC isn't even talking to the kid recruits because he was not. Let's not even get it twisted. Great defensive mind, but he did not help in the recruiting world at all. He was the opposite of Matt Patricia.
Come
So
on.
you're getting different messaging. It's going to hurt because it's like, all right, well, they're not on the same page. There's something off over here. I trust this over here. And especially if you're trying to recruit me to play a position like the Jack, and y'all never used it. And the one time you did, you used big old Jack Sawyer. Like, who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? That came from the DC that went to Penn State. I'm sorry. But hey,
Oh
we
man.
got one more person up here. Emmy.
Lord have mercy, man.
Oh, I
Lord
think
have
I
mercy.
brought up the wrong one. Here we go. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm great, thank you.
Awesome.
So I became a Buckeye fan about 2 years ago, right at the start, so that was really exciting. Um, I had a few questions, and one of them may be longer, so if we need to like answer this on a different video, that's fine. But first, I want to know who do you think will be the captains this year? And maybe you all already talked about it, and I just didn't see that in the video. But
That's
yeah,
fine. That's easy. I got Sonny Styles, I got
sure.
Caleb Downs, and I got Brandon Ennis.
Oh, you think he is? Okay, and one
Yeah.
more.
What about you, Brett? Who you got?
I got Caleb down. I got Sonny Styles. And I got dang man, wow, one of the old linemen.
I was thinking Austin Cerebell.
Oh,
Boom, there we go.
that's a good one.
One of the old linemen. Yes.
That
Yeah.
is a very good one.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Who else were you thinking? The other two? Because normally they have about three.
I'm not sure who the fourth one would be. I mean, if they had one, that's a
So
really
you
tough decision. I don't think it would be the quarterback.
no,
Yeah.
we're gonna assume that they're gonna have three. Who's your three that you think?
Oh no, I would say Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles for sure, and then yeah, Austin.
I like that one. I think you could be onto something right there.
Yeah. Well, he showed a lot of leadership. I think he would be great.
Absolutely.
And growth and character. I love the character building. I think that just hits home, and the loyalty is such a great sense and part of the culture, and I think that is another home run. Larry Johnson's one of the best, most loyal people ever, so I think he deserves his flowers in every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
And then the clearinghouse. I want to understand, because maybe it's just me and I'm not understanding this. Each of what they're doing, the negotiations, the contracts they sign with the players, it has to go through the clearinghouse, correct?
Right.
And then they have to vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I saw something, and maybe my sources aren't great, which is why I came here to ask. A lot of them, I think it said like 80% are not going through. Or is
As
that
of right now.
okay? Okay, so that is true. All right.
So I think they haven't sent them all through yet. So if it gets denied, they have a second time to represent it and go through again. And then if it gets denied again, then one or two things will happen. That they'll have to restructure it, or the kid can go ahead and leave, or they can stay and be ineligible and not be able to play. So
This is going to be interesting coming up.
but it's gonna get pretty messy because there's gonna be a lot of lawsuits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll get my popcorn.
Yep.
I just want to support the kids so much. I think supporting them, even if they are at a rival team or rival school, it's just so important because this is their livelihood. They've worked so hard for that. And I really like how you all talked about, not like hating on the kids, because it is just weird when like an adult 30, 40-year-old, 60-year-old is kind of like plotting the downfall of a kid, or doesn't like that, or says some negative things towards a kid, when like it should be all love, it should be all blessings. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. I appreciate you. But we're gonna do this again. Please call back up because I enjoy talking to you, especially seeing new faces.
Yeah.
So please do not be a stranger.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for talking to me. I just appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Love
And
everybody.
you got any last words for Buckeye Nation?
Oh no, I'm so excited. And Mr. Kenyatta Jackson, you are awesome. I love everything you say. You represent good. And I'm so excited to see Kenyatta play too. Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to be part of the family.
Absolutely. On that note, go Bucks. OH. Oh, she's gone. Hold on. But yeah, people, we gotta actually run. Scoop is coming on right after this. Go check out B Moses, Nevada Buck. Contrary to what people believe, Nevada Buck and B Moses are very sourced up, and Some of the sources are straight out of the Woody, so you could pay attention to them. Don't listen to the haters. Haters are gonna hate. It is what it is. You got any last words for Buckeye Nation?
Yeah, man, y'all go ahead and chill and relax, man. Golly. I know the expectation is very high, but pump your brakes a little bit. Hey, 79 Silly Matt, you take it easy too, man.
Yo, Matt be your one, man. On that
Hey,
note,
but I love y'all, man. But thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
On that note, go Bucks. OH.
Oh.